So I'm gonna be hooping this shirt, okay? I know that it's gonna be facing the other way because I don't have anything behind me to be able to put my camera, so you guys are gonna be seeing from this top down. So you will need this mighty hoop. This is like the 7 by a quarter hoop because this shirt is a little bit tiny, so the 8 by 9 will be too big for this 18-month shirt, and so you will be using that hoop. So I use 8 by 9 for like my 3T up. Sometime for 2T if the shirt is big enough, but for girls it looked like the girls 2T are a little bit too small to use the 8 by 9. So then I always use like a fusible poly mesh because I don't want to do the spray, but these will leave a little bit of residue. So if you do for like a black shirt, I would use the spray adhesive for a black shirt because I've done a black shirt and it leaves a little bit of residue, but with the pink and the white you can't really see them. And then I also use this tearaway sheet because you need to stabilize it with this is not enough, so you need like one more layer of tearaway. That's just my method. I know there's many different methods to do it and many stabilizer out there, but this is my way. I'm just sharing with you guys in case it helps some of you ladies out. So I'm a person like I need to make sure it's center. So this is what you do. You fold the shirt in half. Make sure the top of the sleeve line up and then this bottom of the sleeve line up perfectly. And then I just pound this to make a crease in the middle. So this will make sure my shirt is center. So now you see a crease down the middle. And what I use is this fiction erasable pen to mark my top. For kids shirt, I always do 1 inch down from the neckline, and then I'll mark my bottom. So this is a 7 by a quarter inch hoop. So I'm just gonna mark the bottom like a 6 and a half. It doesn't really matter the bottom. I just mark it so I see where the bottom is so I can line it up in the hoop. So now I take the bottom of this and this tearaway sheet, and I'm just gonna insert it in here. For this shirt, the design is just a monogram with a being stitch, so it doesn't have a lot of stitch count, so you don't need like really heavy like the medium stabilizer or cutaway. The poly mesh is a cutaway already, and that should be enough to stabilize this shirt. If you're doing like a really heavy stitch out, I would suggest like medium cutaway. Not poly mesh. I'll share that with you guys in a little bit. So what I'm talking about is this cutaway. So this one I use it for like heavy stitch out. If it's over like 25,000, if it's like 25, 30, over 30, I'll say about 25, but sometimes even 25 I still use a poly mesh. But if I see that it's like 30 or 30,000 or more, then I'll use this cutaway. So now I have to make sure the top is, there's a groove like right here, you see this, and there's two screws here. I try to make sure that this dot that I marked is right in the center. And I make sure that this dot stay within the hoop because I want my design to just line up like right here. So I don't know how Angela could just like eyeball it. I'm not that good yet, so even if I'm good, I still have to come back and do this process because I need to make sure it's perfectly centered. So sometimes I can't get it the first time. It'll take me probably 3 or 4 tries to rehoop it. So it look pretty center to me right now because it's the bottom is lining up with the center bottom and then the center top up here. So let's see if this actually center when I do this. Okay, see, I'm still a little bit off down here. The top is perfect, but the bottom, I don't know. It's just me, like, I need to make sure the top and the bottom is like hit the center of the hoop. So I will, okay, make sure. I know that the top is fine, just the bottom. I feel like the bottom shift a little bit when I snap it in place. Okay, there, I got it. So now I tug it a little bit. Do not make it too tight or you will get like puckers. Just pull it a little bit to make it taut. I don't pull it that hard, just really tiny little tug. Or I don't know if that's a word, but just pull a little bit. Okay, see, it's perfectly flat now, and you can hear that it sounds like a drum. And one way for you to test if it's perfectly in the hoop is you pinch it like this. I learned this from a video on Craftsy that I watch. If you pinch it, you cannot pinch any more loose fabric. See, there's no loose fabric, so it's perfectly hoop. That's it, you guys. So I hope this little tip help some of you that need help with hooping. And this is just the way I do it. So now we can go to my machine and see how this stitch out. You guys don't mind my dirty floor. I've been working, so a lot of like stabilizer and threads on the floor. I will have to do a cleaning video. So for those of you that have a messy work era, we all could stay motivated and clean. I need to do that this weekend before I can take on any more orders or make any more sample. I have a customer that's been asking for Easter. She wanted to see my design this weekend, so I don't know if I could do everything this weekend, but I will try to do a cleaning motivation video for you guys too. I just have so many videos idea, just don't have enough time to do all of them, so I will have to do a little at a time. So now I'm heating up my mini heat presser. So someone in Angela group asked like what's the temperature that I use. I usually do like the medium or the high. The low will be too low, so medium or the highest one. With the high one, you don't want to put it in one place for too long, and I always use a Teflon sheet to cover this. And I also use this lint roller to get any of the like the thread or dust of fabric that when I cut it was loose, so they don't get iron on here. Just make sure everything is clean. You do not want anything to stuck onto the applique when you bond the heat and bond. So I use a lot of these. See, there's still some over here. I can't get all the corner, but and then I'm checking if I cut everything nicely. It looks like everything's about even out. So you will want to do this to avoid puckering. I know that Angela just like heat pressed it at the end. I also heat press it again when I finish too, but I have an issue with the applique bubbling and puckering if I don't iron it first before I do the final stitch. I think with being stitch you could probably get away, but I just want to double check, you know. I don't want to have anything that messed up. But with satin stitch, you will need to iron it down before you do the final satin stitch, or you will have a lot of bubbling. I see a lot of people ask in Angela group about the bubbling, and that's why it's bubbling. You need a mini iron or the Cricut Easy Press. So I just go in and push it down. I try not to like spread it like this. Do one area at a time because it's a large area. So this is a mini press, heat press. It's pretty hot compared to an iron, so it could adhere this quicker than an iron. But I see a lot of people use the mini iron too. Mini iron works, so I just prefer this mini press. So I can also press on other things too. Okay, now I'm gonna check if anything's still sticking out. Oh, this is still sticking out. So I have to go back. Some of them are still sticking out. Put it here longer. Miss some spot. Especially the corner. Gotta go to all the corner. Okay, there we go. So with the heat embalm, it makes sure that the edge doesn't really fray. Okay, there, I still missed some spot over here too. Okay. So press longer over here. I don't even count how long I press them. So now I can like do this since it's all pressed down. Do this to make sure everything is okay. Hopefully this time it's still a little bit hot. There we go. Nothing is coming off now or lifting. And the friction pen, when I put it to heat, it's gone now. So the 2 little dots I marked, it's already gone. So I just need to do the name, the stitch out across there. And then I'll come back and show you guys how I put my heat embalm on. I mean, not my heat embalm, my Tender Touch. All done, you guys. See how perfect this shirt is. It's all perfectly stitched out. Let me remove that. Yeah. So I want to share another one. I did this yesterday. I have a mock-up of this on my Etsy, and this shirt finally sold, so I was able to stitch it out. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do mock-up this week sometime, if I can get any time in, of how I did mock-ups. I'll be showing you guys some example and then show you guys the process. And my mock-up actually look almost the same like this. I'll be sharing that with you guys in another video. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and I will be doing more tutorials. So if you guys can subscribe and like this video, I would appreciate it, because it will help me out a lot, because I want to start this YouTube journey too, so to document like how my business grow and share what I learn with you guys along the way. So stay tuned and subscribe, okay? Take care, you guys. Bye.